Welcome back, students. So today we are going to learn the next concept, that is decision trees. This is one of the most important topic of your fourth unit. So what is decision tree? So in previously we have discussed the basics of fourth unit. We have discussed the basics of machine learning. In that we have seen supervised learning, unsupervised learning, right? And we have seen the what are the things which are being covered in supervised learning and unsupervised learning. So as I said you in the previous class that this decision learning is one part of your classification problem. Classification, it will come under classification category of supervised learning. So here it is decision tree classifier. This is also applicable for regression, which is your regression decision tree. So here this decision tree is actually your supervised learning algorithm. Okay, so for that purpose only this is very important. uh, as you people are aware already what is supervised learning, how the supervised learning can be categorized. Like if I want to know that whether the given algorithm is supervised learning or not, there are some rules that has to be followed. In supervised learning, what things are then which already we have discussed, so you can revise that concept to have better clarity on decision trees. So what is this decision trees? These decision trees are actually a supervised learning algorithm that is used in classification as well as regression problem. But mostly it is used for classification problems because the type of output what we expect from decision tree are actually based on classification problem instead of using regression problem. That's why the more focus will be given on classification problem only. So as you know, decision tree, the name itself says that it is one kind of a tree. So this tree, in the sense like it has a nodes and it has something like a leaf nodes and decision nodes are there as part of your decision trees. So what are these decision nodes? Decision nodes means, by the given node we need to decide whether what we have to, how we can proceed further in the given example. See here, the input of this decision tree is a data set. Data set is how collection of information. Using that data set you need to generate a parse tree, generate a decision tree. So that decision tree will be performed based on taking the decision nodes. So these decision nodes are very important, and these decision nodes are used for making decisions and you have multiple branches. So where are the leaf nodes are actually the output. Uh, you know Whenever an output comes, so the output will be either in yes or no category. Generally if I'm going for classification problem, that means you can say the output will be positive or negative in that sense. So that kind of output if it gives, then that is come under classification problem. And if the output you are getting something as a number, then that is come under your regression problem. So anyhow we will be seeing all of this. So basically if you observe this diagram, this is one kind of decision tree. So here there are some conditions by which this is called as decision nodes, by which is how the deciding factor that whether we need to move either to the left direction or right direction. If you move to the left direction, what nodes further it can accompanies, it takes, right? As you know, if the condition is to determine whether the person is fit or not, that means if a data set has been given and you have to specify, you need to draw a decision tree. So if that data, I mean can be formed, so that using that data we need to form decision tree. So here is a sample. Here if you observe this, you have an age which is less than 30, then it is yes, and if it is greater than 30, then it is no. So it is how to generate a person, whether a person is fit or not. So in that case how it performs, if the person is less than 30, so there is a case like it's a lot of pizzas. So if it's lots of pizza, so it's not healthy, so ultimately you will get the return value as unfit. Okay, you will get the value as unfit here. Similarly, if you find that if the person who is less than 30 eats pizzas, then the person comes under a category of fit. You will get a reply. So here fit or unfit are the two values what you are getting here. So this is the ultimate values here, by which further there won't be any extension here because these are the leaf nodes, fit and unfit. Because of that you can find that it is not going to the next level of nodes. Similarly here also, if it is no, then if the person is more than 30 and if it doesn't exercise, what happens? it will be in category of unfit, and if the person regularly exercises in the morning, then the person comes under category of fit. So in that sense, this decision trees are being used. So this is how this nodes are something where you are deciding how to proceed further, and this is how the leaf nodes, which gives you the output, which the output will be in positive or negative. This is very important, we need to understand. Because of this only we can generate, we can draw a decision trees. So here in decision trees, as I said you, that will be used in classification process of supervised learning, also it used in regression. So in classification, it just gives only two values, which is either yes or no. Okay, that means like previously, which we have seen an example which as of fit or unfit is actually of a classification problem. That means this result is categorical. Why it is categorical? Because it won't give you, it won't say at one instance that it will be fit or unfit until you won't perform it. Then only by that, until and unless if you won't perform, you won't get the exact value here. So that is why it is come under in categorical, and this is how about the classification process. But the next thing is about regression trees. Regression trees is also one type of supervised learning strategy where it uses continuous data types. Like it will give you like as an output as a number, something like here 123 is an example here given. So it's in that sense it will give you as an output here. So what we have to do is now what we are doing is we are working now. What I'm explaining is I'm explaining ID3 algorithm. So this is stands for iterative dichotomizer tree. Okay, this is a standard given here, and it is just a name. And this is in examination as well. You can ask; they'll ask you using ID3 algorithm. You need to draw a decision tree by giving. They'll give you a data set, and by that data set you need to draw the decision tree. So this ID3 algorithm is basically it's a classification tree algorithm, right? So we are now whatever we are learning is about the ID3 algorithm. So this ID3 algorithm, just now I said you, is a come under classification algorithm. So which is actually a greedy approach to build a decision tree. How greedy approach? Because it selects best attribute. In a data set, anyhow I'll be explaining you an example here. So this data set contains a list of attributes, columns. You can say each column represents for one attribute. So so among that all that attribute it selects as a best attribute, and using that best attributes it will how it selects as a best attribute, because if that attribute is very important this point, it will give you maximum information gain. Okay, from all the attributes, what happens, we need to calculate information gain. What we need to calculate? We need to calculate information gain of all the attributes of the data sets, and if whatever the maximum value for the particular attribute is there, that attribute we need to select among the given attributes. Or else you can have minimum entropy. Now we need to discuss entropy. So this entropy can be denoted by H, or else it can be denoted by S as well. Okay. So what is entropy actually? Minimum entropy. Entropy is the measure of impurity. If the data set is there and if the data have more impurity, it have more time amount or more type of variant of data is there, that means the impurity is more, that means entropy is more. But if the impurity is less, that means you won't have that kind, the data you may find as a systematic way, or the data is something which in order way, or there is no certainty in the data, then that comes as like a data where we have less entropy. So we have to select that attribute which have less entropy as a minimum entropy for the given data sets. So this entropy actually controls decision tree. How it controls? Because the less amount of the attribute which have less, for example here, this is how the data set here. Okay, this is just an example here. So you will be having attribute called outlook, temperature, humidity, and wind. These are the attributes. So among these attributes, if you find any one of them as with high, information gain. Okay, if you have high information gain, and if you have less entropy in the sense, so that will be select as an selected attribute from among attributes, and that attribute will be used as a node, as a root node for the given decision tree, because the decision tree always is like a tree, so it has a root node. So how the root node will be selected? The root node will be selected among the four attributes. These are four attributes here: outlook, temperature, humidity, and wind. And all of this will give you a class. So this is your class, which is play golf, which give you result either no or either yes. So it gives you as positive or negative values. So anyhow, we will be seeing that one. So before that, I just want to explain you about the entropy. So this entropy will be calculated by this formula. Okay, so this is how the entropy will be calculated in this way. So in the sense, like if I want to calculate here, so the entropy will be calculated in this way. If I just expand this, for example, like for the given class, if we have as p as a positive, okay, positive value means yes, yes, okay, and n stands for negative, means where no will be applicable. The number of p's or number of n's will decide, will help us to calculate entropy. So you can, if you expand this entropy, you can write this entropy in this way. What is that? Minus p by p plus n, number of values, either positives or negatives, number of data items in the data sets. Okay, in this example you have 14 data sets, d1 to d14. So here p plus n is what p plus n will give you as a value as 14 here. So minus p by p plus n, you can note down this because this is very important. By this you can calculate and find very easy log 2 of p by p plus n and minus n by p plus n, again log of n by p plus n. Okay, in that sense we are calculating this entropy. Okay, so in this way you are been deriving. So what is this x actually? This x is p by p plus n, and here the x value will be n by p plus n. Okay, so that's why summation is there. So here you can say that p of x, that is I already here mentioned, p of x is a fraction of examples in a given class. So in a given class, in the example which I said you, that 14 examples are there, so p plus n value will be 14. Now if you observe here, how many no's are there? 1 2 3 4 5 no's are there and 9 yes are there. So what will be the p value here? P value will be 9 and n value will be 5. So totally n plus 9 plus 5 gives you as 14. So that if you substitute this, you will find the entropy of the given class, of the given data set. So this entropy will be denoted as H here. Now this is how we are calculating the entropy, and this is very important for short answer question. Okay, next is also important, which is information gain. Information gain, as I said you, that the attribute among, how the attributes will be selected, for the attribute which have highest information gain value, for that only it will be selected. Now this information gain will be calculated by in this way. So here we need to calculate the entropy of parent. Entropy of parent means for the given class, for the given data set, we need to calculate the entropy of that complete data set is your parent. Now if I want to calculate for one attribute, because here how many attributes are there? Outlook, temperature, humidity and wind. 4 attributes are there here. So for every attribute we need to calculate the information gain value. So here I need to calculate here entropy of children. Children means attribute here. Okay, so this attribute is outlook, temperature or humidity and wind. Anyone you can take when you are calculating that. And this is weighted average. So we'll be seeing that how this weighted average will be get calculated. So among this is how the information gain will be get calculated. So it is also called as Kullback-Leibler divergence. Okay, sometimes in examination they may not ask you directly as information gain, they will ask you in this way also. So you shouldn't get confused, you have to respond in that way as well. So what is the decision tree? Decision tree always takes the nodes which have maximum information gain. Simple as that. Now among these among these four attributes, how the node will be selected? It will be selected based on the information gain value. Among these 4 attributes which have more information gain, that will be selected as root node. After that again we need to perform recursively for the second time, for third time, in order to get the further nodes of the given tree, right? So in that sense you need to perform until, if there is no possibility of performing, then it will stop there. So it is something like a recursive process which performs in that sense. Okay, so this is how information gain. Now there is an example I just want to share you about entropy. So here I said you the formula of entropy. So something here, P of x is what the probability of having like if you consider the entropy of current state. So this is S indicates for current complete sample data set. So this is your data set, this will be given as an input. Okay, this data set will be given as an input and you need to generate, you need to draw a decision tree. So here entropy of SS stands for complete data sets. So here we have to check the possibilities here. Now for the complete data set we have 5 no's and 9 yes. Okay, that we need to keep in mind and we need to calculate by substituting the formula which I have said you previously. So that we are substituting here 9 by 14, that is P, and here n by 14, right? N is negative, so n by P plus n, 514. So if you calculate this, you will get the value as 0.940, which is the entropy of the sample set. Okay, now entropy of S, right? So this is how 0.940. So entropy can also be denoted by H, right? So you can use H also. So any symbol you can use here. Now for example, remember one point, there are 2 points in this. If the entropy is 0, how can you directly calculate that? How can you assume the entropy is 0? For example, if all the members belongs to the same class. For example, like here 5 no's and 9 yes are there. If for example there are 14 positives, that means 14 s are there, 14 positives are there and no negatives, 0 negative are there. Okay, if all the members belongs to the same class. So here if this case is the 14 plus and 0 minus, means the entropy will be 0 because there is no impurity, right? There is no impurity, only we have just positive values. Or else if we have only negative values, then also entropy will be 0 because entropy is something where the impurity, but if you have all complete value at once at either positive or negative, then the entropy value will be 0. That point you need to remember. Also, if half of the belong, for example, there are 14 sets are there here, D1 to D14. So among that, if we have 7 positives and 7 negatives, I mean 7 S and 7 no's are there, right? So what happens in that also, the entropy value will be 1.000, or else simply you can say as 1. If you have equal number of positives and equal number of negatives, then the entropy of that value will be 1. And if you have any one of them as 0, then overall it is 0. So here there is one example here. If I am calculating for strong attribute, now if I consider in this attribute wind, if I want to calculate for strong, what I am doing is I am calculating entropy of strong. Now if you observe in strong, how many no's are there? You may find that here one no is there, right? Here another no is there, and strong, where here one no is there. How many yes are there? Here one s is there, here one s is there, and here one s. So what happens? 3 yes are there and 3 no's are. That means equal number of yes and equal number of no's are there for strong. So entropy of S strong will be calculated in this way, minus 3 by 6, because 3 positives and overall is 6. So log 3 by 6 minus same negative also 3 by 6. So you will get the value as 1.0. No need of calculation, directly you can write if you have equal number of positives and equal number of negatives. Okay, so you need to remember this point. This is very important with respect to entropy. The next comes to information gain. So information gain, as I said you that you need to entropy of parent. So H of S is your entropy of parent. Okay, entropy of parent minus entropy of an attribute. Okay, so this is your attribute, whatever the attribute you are selecting among the given attributes. So this is your entropy of attribute. So you need to subtract entropy of the parent in the sense complete set. So you can represent as a H of S also, right? So H also indicates for entropy only here. So what we have to calculate here for calculating the information gain for wind. Okay, information gain for wind, if I want to calculate information gain for wind, What I have to calculate? First I need to calculate the entropy of complete data set, which is H of S. We have already calculated this. What is that? Entropy of S, which is 0.940. So that has already been calculated, which is 0.940. And here we need to calculate for attribute. So for attribute, so for the attribute we need to get what are the values in this attribute wind. The values are either wind, weak or strong, either weak or strong. So we need to calculate the entropy of weak, we need to calculate the entropy of strong, we need to calculate the probability of weak, and we need to calculate the probability of strong. And H of S, as I said, 0.940, which we have already calculated. So all these values are required for calculating the information gain for wind. So now what we are doing is this, we are calculating the probability of weak. So for weak, number of weeks, how many number of weeks are there? Okay, among this, if you find totally there are 8 weeks are there. Okay, and total is how much? 14 are there, right? So 8 by 14. Similarly, you have how many strongs are there? 6 strongs are there among 14. So by this you have calculated the probability of strong and weak. Now we need to calculate the entropy of weak. Okay, so entropy of weak, entropy, how it will be calculated? I have said you the formula, right? So this same formula I have to implement there also. So how we are calculating this entropy? Here we are calculating, because in weak how many positives are there? First, how many positives we need to know? This is 1, 2, 3, and what is that? 4, 5 and 6. 6 positives are there, so 6 by 8. Okay, again log 2 of 6 by 8. Again, how many negatives are there here? First week, you can see, observe here it is 1 and here it is 1. So only 2 no's are there. So 2 by 8. So log of 2 by 8, because 6 plus 2. Totally how much? 6 positives and 2 negatives. So here 6 positives and 2 negatives. So overall 6 plus 2, 8. So 6 by 8, again 2 by 8. So you remember, it is not log, it is log to the base 2. While you have to use calci for your examination, that's compulsory for your AI exam, because using that calci you have to use log 2 instead of log. Okay, so log 2, if you calculate this, you will get the values as 0.811. So this value is about the entropy of weak. Now what is the next thing is that entropy we have calculated for weak, and we have calculated for strong also, right? Entropy of strong, which is 1. Okay, so this is we have calculated already. So 1 we have calculated. So now we need to submit all of this. So how we are submitting? First, H of S. H of S here means entropy of complete set, which is 0.940, right? This I said minus. So minus, what is that? P of S weak. P of S weak. So for weak, P of S weak into, what is this? H means entropy of S weak is 0.811. So 8 by 14 into 0.811 minus, this is P of S strong is 6 by 14 here. And what is the entropy? We got 1. So if you substitute this, you will get the values as 0.048. So this is the information gain for wind. Okay. So similarly, we need to calculate the information gain for all of these things. So here we just have taken one example just to understand that how this information gain will be get calculated. Now actually we are coming to the same example now. So in this way the question will come for your examination, like here the data set will be given here, and you need to list out, you need to understand the first data, what are the attributes. So here outlook, temperature, humidity and wind are the attributes, and these are the values. So as you know, it is gives a binary values, either yes or no, so it comes under classification problem, it's not under regression, right? So in under classification, that's why you are getting either yes or no. Okay, so there are how many records are there in the data set? 14 records are there, remember this. So now what you have to do in this example, just now I said you the same thing, 4 things we have already taken, and it is binary value yes or no, and we need to calculate information gain for outlook, for temperature, for humidity, for wind. And after calculating this, we need to find out which information gain is maximum among all of this. So that value will be taken as as what? As a root node here. So for calculating information gain, we need to calculate the entropy value. So first we are going for outlook. So in outlook, what are the values here? What are the values in that? Sunny is there, overcast is there, and rain is there, right? So there are three values here. So now for the given sample of the complete sample data set, 9 positive, 9 yes and 5 negatives are there. So entropy of S, which I have already calculated, that is 0.94. So by substituting 9 by 14 log to the base 2 of 9 by 14 minus all of minus 5. 5 is negatives, 5 negatives, right? And log 2 by log to the base 2 into log to the base 2 5 by 14. So that you will get the values as 0.94. So this is we have already calculated. Now what we need to calculate is we need to calculate the entropy of sunny, overcast and rain. So for that we need to understand for sunny, if you observe in sunny, how many no's are there here? In this you may find this is no for sunny, this is no for sunny, and here in this way of sunny there is here. So there are 3 no's are there, right? And how many positives are there for sunny? That means S are there 1 and here it is 2. So there are 2 positives. So 2 positives and 3 negatives we are taking. 2 positives means 2 yes and 3 no's. So for that again we by using the formula which I have already discussed, same formula we need to implement here and you will get the values as 0.97. Similarly for overcast you will be having 4 positive but you have 0 negative. That means there is no no. That means what happens? Overcast, if you observe overcast everywhere a yes is there, here S is there, here S is there, okay, in this yes, and where it is again here also it is yes, and again here also yes is there. So 4 positive. That means I said you that whenever one value is 0, that means either positive or negative, so complete entropy will be 0. If you won't calculate also directly you can write as 0. Okay, so even if you calculate you will get the values as 0. But if it comes to rain, you find that 3 positives and 2 negatives, that means 3 yes and 2 negatives, so you can verify that you will get the same value. So if you substitute this you will get 0.971. Now how we need to calculate this gain, in the sense information gain, right? What is this? Information gain only. So information gain for outlook, how we need to calculate? By this formula, entropy of parent. What is the entropy of parent? Which is 0.94 minus what is the probability of sunny? 5 by 14. Okay, 5 by 14. Among this one, how many sunnies are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sunnies are there among 14 sets, right? So 5 by 14 here into entropy of S sunny 4 by 14. That means how many overcast are there? 4 are there. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so that 4 are there means 4 by 14 we are taking. Similarly we are taking for rain, 5 rains are there here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you are getting as 5 by 14. And entropy of S rain. So whatever the values which you have calculated here, if you substitute this you will get the values of the information gain for outlook is 0.2464. Now in the same way we need to perform for temperature. Now we are selecting the temperature attribute. In this one what are the values? Hot, mild, cool. Okay, so here the same entropy of the final set is 0.94 and here for hot, mild and cool, if you observe hot there are 2 positives, 2 negatives, so same numbers are there. So same numbers are there means the value will be 1.0. Okay, I said you whenever we have positive and negatives are same here you will get the value as 1.0. But here for mild you find that 4 positives are there and 2 negatives are there. So 4 positive means you can see here mild, here it is positive, right, and here it is positive, here it is positive, here it is positive. 4 positives and this 1 and 1, 2 negatives are there. Same thing for cool also, 3 positives and 1 negative. So you will get, if you substitute the value you will get as 0.8113. Now in the information gain, in the same way how you have performed previously, so entropy of S which is 0.94 minus 4 by 14. 4 by 14 means how many hot are there here? 4 hot are there, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 by 14 into entropy of S hot which is 1.0. Here we calculated same thing as 6 by 14, 6 mild are there and 4 cool are there. So after substituting the value, you will get the values as 0.0289. So this is how the information gain for temperature. Now coming to the humidity here. In humidity, what happens is, how many values are there? High and normal. Only two values are there here. So we taken those values and we need to calculate the entropy of high as well as for normal. So here for high we have 3 positives and 4 negatives. So how many positives here are there for high? 1, 2, here it is 3, okay, and yeah, 3 positives are there and 4 negatives, means this is 1 negative, this is 1 negative, also this is 1 negative, also this is 1 negative. So 4 negatives are there. So you will get the values as 0.9852. In the same way for normal, you will find 6 positives and 1 negative. So you will get the value as 0.5916. Now again for humidity, if I want to calculate the information gain for humidity, I have to calculate the entropy of the complete set minus, what is this? The entropy of the attribute. So for entropy of the attribute, what are the values? High and normal are there. So this high here we have taken, for normal we have taken along with their probability. So this is 7 times high are coming here and again 7 times normal are coming there. If you calculate, you will get 7 times for high, 7 times for normal among 14 data values. Now if you calculate the information gain for humidity, you will get the values as 0.1516. So all of these values have been calculated here. Now similarly for wind also we are doing here last attribute for wind, because for all the 4 attributes we need to calculate what? The information gain, and we have to compare all of this. So here, as you know, this is 0.94 for entropy of complete set, and here what are the values here? Strong and weak. 2 values are there. So for strong, how many positives are there? 3 positives and 3 negatives. So if you observe here, you will get this 3 positives and 3 negatives. So as both are equal, that means you will get the values as 1.0. No need of calculating again. Now if you go for weak, you will find that 6 positives and 2 negatives are there. So there is no need to calculate this by substituting the value in the given formula for calculating entropy of weak. And finally you will get the values as 0.8113. Okay, so remember the same formula we need to apply everywhere for calculating the entropy value. So this entropy we have calculated. Now for information gain for the attribute wind with respect to the set S, with respect to the set complete S, we are calculating the information gain by taking entropy of S minus entropy of this attribute. So this is S is the attribute which contains values strong and weak. Summation means we need to add all of those values strong and weak along with their probabilities. So here 6 times strongs are coming and 8 times weak are coming in this one. That's why here 6 by 14 and here it is 8 by 14. Okay. So we substitute the same value which we have calculated there, and we got finally the value as 0.0478. So now what we have got is finally we got all of the 4 values here, okay, by substituting the values as for, this is for outlook attribute, this is for temperature, and this is for humidity, and this is for wind. If you observe this, you will find that for outlook you have a maximum value among all the information gain. So now by this we can decide that you can put outlook as your root node. So here the tree gets started. So the first part of your tree started by taking outlook as a root node here. So this is your root node, and this outlook can give 3 values, right? So in outlook, if you observe, what are the 3 values? Sunny, overcast and rain. In this one sample, if you see, so here it is giving sunny, outlook gives sunny, it will give overcast, and if you give rain. But one thing, if you observe in overcast, here there is overcast, here overcast is there, here overcast is there, and here. So there are 4 overcast values are there here. In every 4 values you will find that here yes is there for overcast, here also yes, here also yes, and here also yes. So therefore every 4 overcast you will getting only positive values. So there is no negative values in that. That means directly you can say that over, there is no need to decide what we have to select, either yes or no, because all are yes. So simply I can put overcast as yes. But if you go for sunny and rain, in sunny some values are no, here sunny no is there, here sunny yes is there. Similarly for rain yes is there, somehow similarly for rain no is there. So there is like that means there is a decision should be taken what we need to follow, whether yes or no. So for that we cannot take any values here. Okay, we are expecting the values. So for that purpose what we have to do is, now we need to perform with respect to sunny. First we need to perform with respect to sunny, then after that we need to perform with respect to rain. Okay, so for this what we have to take is, wherever the sunny is there we have to consider that items here. Okay, so if you observe here the same thing which I said you, so we need to perform recursively for the next time. Okay, because there are sunny, overcast, rain is there, so whatever the things which I explained, the same thing is there here. So how we have shortlisted this D1, D2, D8, D9, D11. If you observe this, in D1, D2, D8, D9 and D11, in all of these rows, everywhere sunny is there. D1, D2, D8, D9, D11. As we are finding the value for sunny, so we need to consider the rows wherever the sunny is there. With respect to sunny only we need to find out, right? So for that purpose only we are selecting D1, D2, D8, D9 and D11. And how many rows we are selecting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows we are selecting. So we need to remove this outlook as a column. Why? Because outlook we have already completed. So we need to go with the rest of the data for the 5 rows. So that's why for 5 rows we have taken here, and we have removed, what is that we have removed? We have removed here outlook here. We have removed attribute outlook. So now recursively we need to perform the second time, and we need to check among this 3 attributes, that is temperature, humidity and wind, which has the more information gain value, so that we need to select the next node as your left node, okay, of your root node. Okay, that means among these 3 what has to be selected here in this place, because first we are concentrating on sunny. So for that purpose again recursively we are performing. Now we are calculating for temperature as it is. In temperature we have 3 values actually: hot, mild and cool. Okay, so now we need to consider, earlier we have considered the entropy of complete data set, which is what we have calculated there, which we have taken as 0.94, right? This value we have considered, but for complete data set. But now with respect to sunny we are finding out, right? So with respect to sunny we have already seen that, what is that value? 0.97. Okay, where it is sunny we have already seen, right? Here if you observe this, in sunny we have already seen this S sunny, we have seen 0.971, this value, right? So using this value we have to, here we need to perform this, so by taking 0.97 value. Now for sunny, in this what are the values which are there? Hot, mild and cold. So similarly we need to perform hot, mild and cool. And in hot you can observe there are no positives but only negatives are there. This is what hot. So ultimately the entropy will be 0, and for mild all are equal, so it is 1.0. For cool, 1 is negative, there is no negative here because only yes is there, so it is 0.0. So here we need to find the information gain of temperature attribute with respect to sunny. So here we are finding, so entropy of this sunny minus entropy of temperature. So here we have calculated this. So information gain of temperature will be in this way. So what is that value? Same thing we are substituting here, 0.97. Okay, all this value we substitute here and you will get the values as 0.570. Now for this information gain, what value I got? 0.570. Now similarly I need to perform humidity. In humidity there are 2 values, high and normal. So here if you take for sunny, with respect to sunny 0.97, and for high 0 positives are there, and 3 negatives are there here, because all are negatives only here. So ultimately entropy will be 0. Here it is, there are no negatives, mean entropy is 0. And the same value for information gain, we are substituting here entropy of S. S is for sunny, so sunny is 0.97, and all the values, this is 3 by 5. What is this 3 by 5 here indicates? For that, here it is the probability of high. Okay, it is the probability of high. Among 5 values, how many values are there totally now? 5 values are there. Among 5 values, how many times high are coming? 3 times. And normal, how many times are coming? 2 times. So here for normal it is 2 by 5. So same thing we are substituting, and you are getting the value as 0.97. Now with what we got for humidity, we got the value as 0.97. Similarly, we have to perform for wind. For wind, as you know, for sunny we have already calculated, and for wind there are 2 values, just strong and weak. So if you go for strong, what you can find, you have single no and single yes. That means equal number of positives and negatives, means entropy will be 1. But in for weak, we have 1 positive and 2 negatives, so 1 S and 2 no's. So if you substitute this, you will get the value as like this. Now for finding the information gain of wind, for the attribute wind with respect to sunny, so we are finding here, and we are getting the value as 0.0192. Now we need to take all these values, that is information gain of all these 3 things, and here among all these 3 values, which is the highest value of humidity? Of humidity we got the value as 0.97. Okay, so this is the value. So now what I have to use now? Humidity I have to use. That's why in place of the there where what value I have to what attribute I have to take is, I have taken humidity here, because in humidity the information gain is highest value among all these 3 values. So humidity we have been taken here. Okay, now if you go for humidity, in humidity what are the values here? High and normal, only 2 values are there. So here high and normal, and where high and where normal are there? High is available in D1, D2, D8, and normal is available in D9 and D11. Okay, so that's why D1, D2, D8 for high, which is what? No is there. What value it is getting? No. And for normal, what value it is getting? Yes. So here normal D9, D11 it is getting yes, and for D1, D2, D8 high you are getting as no. Now if you go with overcast, we have already did this. Okay, because there is no negatives here, that's why no need of any confusion. So it's simply the answer is yes for overcast. But for comes for rain, now we need to go for rain here. Okay, so for rain here what we have to take is wherever the rains so D4, D5, D6, D10, D14. So if you observe the main example here in D4, D5, D6, D10 and D14, right? Yeah, 14. So their rains are available. So what we have to do for rain, for calculating of rains, we have to consider only these 5 rows, D4, D5, D6 and what D14 and D10. So that we are considering here. Okay, so 5 rows we are considering there. So here this data looks in this way. Okay, now what we have to do here is that we have taken this 5 values here, so we shouldn't reduce because this is one other part of this one. Okay, here also temperature, humidity, wind is there. There also temperature, humidity and wind is there. So again what we need to calculate recursively, we have to calculate with respect to what? With respect to what we are calculating here, we are calculating with respect to rain. Okay, so this rain is the main sample here. So this is the sample for just rain. That means whenever the rain comes, this is how the data set. So for rain, if we consider S of rain, we have already calculated that S of rain. So we for entropy, Okay, for that we need to calculate here. So you will be getting that value here. Similarly for S hot, okay, so S hot actually it should be rain, right? So here it is rain, and here S hot is there. So we are taking S hot, 0 positive, 0 negatives. That means there is no hot value here. So because in temperature there are three values, hot, mild and cool. So here there is no hot value here, only mild and cool values are there. That's why entropy is 0, no, 0 impurity. For mild we have two positives and one negative, right? So here two positive means in mild, if you see there are one S and again there is second S is there, and for one negative means here it is two positive one negative means 0.9183 you are getting. Similarly S cool, we have equal number of positives and negatives means entropy will be what, 1. And now what we are doing is we are calculating the information gain for temperature with respect to the data set of rain. Okay, so now that's why information gain of S rain, information gain for the attribute temperature with respect to the data set rain is this one, entropy of S rain. Okay, so that value 0.97 we are substituting here, and by this 0.5 whatever the value which we have got here. So S hot, there is no hot here, right? So that's why 0 by 5, the probability is 0 itself. So 0 by 5, and here there are 3 milds among 5 values, so 3 by 5, and there are 2 cools among 5 values. So after substituting you will get the value as 0.0192. So this is the information gain value for temperature. What is that? 0.0192. Similarly for humidity also, for humidity there are two values, high and normal. Okay, so here for rain we are calculating, so we are getting the value as 0.97, and for high we are getting value as 1.0, and for normal we are getting the value as 0.9183. Now for the information gain of humidity, so what you have to do is you have to go for entropy of this rain with minus the entropy of humidity. So here we are substituting the values, and 2 by 5 means how many highs are there here? 1, 2 are there, right? So 2 highs and 3 normals are there. So 3 by 5 for normal. So 3 by 5 here. So we are, by substituting all of this value you will get the same value, 0.0192. So this is the value for attribute humidity, which is 0.0192. In the same way, for attribute wind, we have two values which is strong and weak. Okay, and here we are calculating for S rain, entropy of S rain, S strong and S weak, and you will be getting for S strong as 0 and 0, because here in strong we have 0 positive and here in weak we have 0 negatives. And the information gain for attribute wind with respect to this data set of rain is in this way. So entropy of S minus 2 by 5, 2 by 2 I am taking because how many in this one how many strongs are there? 2 strongs are there, 1 and 2. And how many weaks are there? 3 weeks are there, so that's why 3 by 5. So by substituting the value, same value you will get, because 0.97 minus 0 will give you the same value. So now we got all of these three values, which is 0.0192, 0.0192, and finally for wind you got 0.97. Now which is the maximum value here? Wind. So now we need to select wind here. After selecting wind, in wind how many values are there? 2 values are there, which is that strong and weak. So here strong and weak we are taking here, and if you observe in strong at D6 and D14 no are available, and for weak D4, D5, D10 the S is available. Okay, so now by this there is no need of further changes. Why? Because you got the complete decision tree in this way. Okay, so finally this is how the decision tree for the given data set, where the root node is your outlook and other nodes which are humidity, wind are the attributes are also the nodes, okay, which are non-leaf nodes. But the leaf nodes are something where you are getting only the values either yes, either no, or either yes. So these are the leaf nodes which are getting the values either yes or no, and here only we are getting as yes for overcast. So this is the decision tree for the given example. So in this way the example will be asked. So like this the exam will be asked. So ID3 algorithm is how they'll be asking in this way. So this is how the question here. So for this question you need to understand about, first thing is about entropy and information gain. After this you may find it easy. Only the thing is that you have to very much cautious while calculating the values, because all values will affect overall the information gain value, which overall affects the position of the nodes. So by this I have concluded this today's session. And one more thing I want to say is that I'll be giving an assignment. So what you people has to do is you have to draw by your own by taking another example. Okay. So with this I conclude this today's session. Thank you.